first popularized in the mid-2010s, the dab is a dance move and famous for being obnoxiously overused, leaving its legacy in time as a meme, and is still commonly used in certain contexts today to evoke a sense of ironic, mocking humor. Yet in the opening of the anime Girls' Last Tour, the blink and you'll miss it dab shared between the show's two main characters, Cheeto and Yuri, lacks any such irony. In such a uniquely somber yet heartwarming show about two young girls surviving in the wasteland that used to be a highly advanced civilization, this dab will likely seem out of place to many newcomers in the series. Though it may be easy to mock or discount this use of the dab as a work of an out-of-touch animator trying to connect with a younger crowd, the real purpose behind this dab runs much deeper than most people care to look, and is without a doubt one of the most important details of the anime's opening. To fully understand the significance of the dab in the opening, one must first strip away any ironic dispositions or inclinations they hold towards the action and understand what it is at its most formal level. In short, the dab is a dance move. It is meant to feel sudden, energetic, and simple, something that anyone with two shoulders can perfectly perform at any time for any reason. Of course, it's easy to understand how it became so overused at the height of its popularity, eventually being considered mostly obnoxious and overused. However, Cheeto and Yuri lack such social context. Surviving as the last two humans on Earth who have spent their whole lives in chaos, it begs the question, how could they have learned about the dab in the first place? Most likely, it was Cheeto, who happened to read about it at some point or another, likely from a printed article or other source, given the state of technological decay around them. Of course, a printed source would be liable to lack any sense of irony presented in the satirized memes that would later come of the dab. Even if the irony were presented, both Cheeto and Yuri would certainly lack the cultural context necessary to interpret that irony in the way it was intended. Indeed, the dab in this case serves as an important visual storytelling element, one that no other dance move would be likely to provide. Next, it's important to understand what Cheeto and Yuri's dab can tell about their characters. In real life, the dab is a relatively recent phenomenon, but in the world of the post-apocalypse in which Girls' Last Tour takes place, the dab is a relic from an age gone by. Throughout the course of the show, the last four humans all seek to preserve some piece of the past. Cheeto collects books, hoping to preserve language. Yuri collects and remembers the flavors of food she's eaten, something that can't be otherwise recorded. Kanazawa draws maps, and Ishii repairs vehicles and gadgets. Juxtapose, the mushroom-like whatever the fuck these things are break down and digest the past, leaving the world empty, erasing all traces of humanity's wake. In this vein of preservation, it makes sense for Cheeto and Yuri to learn and experience new dance moves as they discover them. In enacting the dab, it is clear to the viewer that Cheeto and Yuri care for the history of their ruined world, and are fighting desperately in the face of hopeless adversity to preserve what little they can. Building off that, there's another clear reason. Cheeto and Yuri desperately cling to even relics as outwardly objected to as the dab. Every day of their life, Cheeto and Yuri wander through a broken world, a heap of endless garbage and carrion that used to be a civilization. Every day, they're made to wonder what it's like to be a part of something collective, something greater, and yet they only have one another. If only for a moment, if just for a few seconds, they could feel that connection to a time when humans could be happy, to a time when the world was at ease, that's why they dance, that's why they dab. For a moment, as they are flinging their arms into the air, they can feel how it felt to live a simpler life, a happier life. They can experience the last remaining fragments of a culture bequeathed to them by a dead society, a society that just barely missed. For just a moment, they can feel like they're a part of something greater. For just a moment, they can feel hopeful in a world devoid of hope. This is, without a doubt, the most significant reason why the animators chose to make Cheeto and Yuri dab in the opening of Girls' Last Tour. It's easy to mock the girls, perhaps in an attempt to deride or discredit the artistic integrity of the anime, or the series as a whole, solely because of those few frames of them dabbing in the beat of the song. For all purposes, at this time, the dab is nothing more than an overplayed meme, something to be ridiculed and mocked. It is a sheer privilege to do so, in fact. The end of the world seems so far out, so distant, well maybe not now, that it's easy to take these simple things for granted, to get sick of them even, and grow exacerbated at the thought of them. There's an abundance of thoughts and concepts that can be discouraged for the sake of discouragement, abandoned for the sake of abandoning, and hated for the sake of hating. But to Cheeto and Yuri, those girls fighting every day to survive in a dead world, even a simple dab can mean so much more. Thanks, Car, for fucking ruining it.